We just played several clips, about a couple minutes of sound bites from Tyler Shough's first appearance on this program on March 18th before his draft, being the 40th overall pick from the New Orleans Saints organization. And joining us now is Tyler Shough. Good to see you, Tyler. How are you, man?
I'm doing good, Rich. How are you?
I'm just wondering. I'm great. Thank you for asking. What's that like watching you back from what you were saying before the draft, now that you've got 1 year under your belt in the NFL? What was that like?
Yeah, it kind of fires me up a little bit. It kind of, really reignites that mindset of, man, I'm just grateful to be in this situation. There's a lot of talk, good, bad, at every single level, especially this one. And for me, I'm just really excited for this opportunity and to be able to, get some games in last year and really bond together as a team. And we kind of hit our stride late there, and coming into this offseason, it's been a lot of fun just getting better.
So if you could go back in time 2 Marches and say something to that version of Tyler Shough that hung up from that conversation with me, what wisdom would you impart to that version of you, Tyler?
Yeah, I think just trust everything trust your process, trust everything that you're doing right now. You don't have to have everything figured out day one, training camp. I'm coming into year 2 of training camp. I don't have everything figured out yet, but man, it's light years from how I felt last year. And we're clicking as an offense and we're clicking as a team. And I still got a lot to learn, and I'm going to make a lot more mistakes. So that's the exciting part. I feel like every single year I kind of just put another notch on the belt, and I learn so much. So I'm really just thankful for that whole process and being able to be in this position now.
Just one more question about that time of your life. Did you get a sense that the Saints liked you? Were you surprised to see that area code pop up on your phone, 40th overall?
No, I was honestly just elated. I was so excited just because I saw the 504 pop up, and I knew there was just a bunch of connections with, all the coaches and Nussmeier and Scott and Kellen being quarterback guys. And I had a really good visit with them, and I was kind of hoping it was going to be them at the top of the second as well. So, obviously there's so much emotions that go into that process, but once you're here, and you got to make the most of it. And especially going into your second year, there's you got to go prove it, and that's continually. So I'm just really excited that they took me and to be a part of this organization going forward.
5-4 in your 9 starts, including a 4-game win streak, winning 5 of your last 6 starts. What did click for you, Tyler?
I think, every game I feel like I got better. I feel like I learned something. That was my goal. I'm going to, find little things, here and there that I can kind of work on and chip away. But just more and more, as a team, we kind of bonded. We hit a point where let's just have fun and let's go out there and execute. And I feel like I grew as a leader and as a person, every game as well. So that's my whole thing this offseason, is how can we elevate our standard and have that sense of urgency, but also still carry that mindset like that we have nothing to lose. And I think, we were not where we wanted to be last year as a whole team, and, we still have a long way to go. But how do we have that mindset, where we can still attack and have a chip on our shoulder, but also, really be appreciative of our growth?
The relationship between a Saints coach and a Saints quarterback is going to be on full display in Canton, Ohio this weekend at the Pro Football Hall of Fame, as Sean Payton introduces Drew Brees for enshrinement in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So I'm mandated to ask you about your relationship with Kellen Moore right now and what that is like, if you can take us inside it, Tyler.
Yeah, it's been awesome. He's just one of the best dudes I've ever been around in the business, just from an intelligence standpoint, but also off the field. He communicates at such a high level about what his vision is for the team, how I can help out as a leader, and then also just, motivating me every single day. He's really unfazed by a lot of the stuff that goes on, whether it's the NFL, off the field, day-to-day practices. He understands, what it takes to be successful as a quarterback in this league, and at a very high level, doing that himself, and then also who the guys that he's coached and helped bring along the way. So I'm just kind of a full sponge whenever I'm listening and learning from him, but he's also great because we can bounce ideas off of each other and be a collaborative process.
So a few follow-up questions there. How does he motivate you? You got a good example that you can share with us here?
Yeah, I think more of it, anything, is his steadiness. He's not gonna flip a switch and all of a sudden, cuss you out or maybe just not talk to you. He's, regardless of the situation, he's communicating, he's talking through his thought process. And I think that's what it's like to be a quarterback. You have to have a certain intensity, every single day, but at the same time, you can't ride the highs and lows of it. So I think that's why his communication skills are really elite when it comes to, talking with the guys and offensively wise, it's been really fun.
Is he said to you something during the week like, you do this, you see this, this is what's going to happen, and then it happens? You got an example like that, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, I think even throughout training camp, or stuff like that, where he's like, man, I wouldn't, I'm not going to call out in this situation. I'm not going to do that to you. Or we're gonna focus on this throughout this week. Or if you get this, let's just throw it here. And I think a lot of times, coaches and players, we want to overcomplicate as much stuff as we can and make sure we have all of our boxes checked. But he understands being behind the face mask at QB and what it takes to play at a high level.
Okay. And then I imagine that steadiness is good, while he's in your helmet.
Yeah.
Right? Pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely going to give you the information that you need and let you go play football. I think that's his best part of it, is he doesn't have an ego when it comes to it. And I think that's why you saw the success with Jalen Hurts in Philly and with Justin Herbert in LA and Dak Prescott and with the Cowboys. I think he's brought the best out of those guys, and they've obviously are really talented in their own right. And I feel like I can continue to get better and learn from him.
Travis Etienne, how's he fitting in? What do you got?
It's been like peanut butter and jelly with us in the backfield. He's been amazing. His talent is unbelievable. I mean, you already have AK in the room, and bringing a guy like Trav, his savviness, his one cut ability, but also I feel like his hands are really elite as well. So utilizing him in the pass game has been really cool to see. And then also he's done a great job of just embracing himself here. He's from Louisiana. Like, he's geeking out whenever we go out to meet Drew Brees and throw. We're in the facility, and this is like, just a wonderland for him. So it's been really fun to get to know him and practice with him.
All right. So you know what my follow-up is going to be right there. Drew Brees, you're throwing with him? Like, what's that? Walk me through that, Tyler. What's going on?
Yeah, I think, that was something, I'd planned, months in advance, even right after the season ended in January. And he was great, just helping set up, the throwing fields, the workout situations, getting us connected with, stuff in San Diego. And fully did not expect him to be there at all, but just kind of the person he is and competitor. He was out there, talking to us, helping us work out and throw. So that's something that we definitely want to do every single year and make a retreat out of it. And, just his knowledge and expertise and what he's been, meant to me and all of Saints fans is just unparalleled. So, he's more deserving of what he's getting soon than anybody. It's been awesome to be able to learn from him.
Dude, you're okay. You buried the lead on me here. You're talking about being a sponge. I mean, what does he tell you? What have you picked up? What are you planning on? I know I'm asking you a million questions at once, but what are you planning on taking from what he's told you and bringing it to the field starting week 1?
Yeah, I got to talk to him last year, even before I came in and, was the starter. I was just kind of, getting better every single week playing. And I was like, man, how was your process throughout this time? And, he wasn't the Drew Brees that we all know and love at the Saints. He spent, quite a few years in San Diego and still battled those first couple of years in New Orleans. So it was great to talk to him about his mindset throughout that time of preparing like you're the guy no matter what, still being a leader and talking about his, everyday routine throughout the season. And also, this offseason, being able to talk to him about the importance of just bonding together, because everyone's practicing right now. Everyone's watching, a bunch of tape. Everyone's going through all these, grows and learning new offenses and having coaches. And more than anything, it's this time you spend in the offseason and every single day that matters the most, and how you can connect late, when we get going.
Yeah, and you mentioned AK before, Alvin Kamara. Does he look as good as you remember when you were in college, probably flipping on the TV and watching him score 6 times for Sean Payton? Tyler?
Yeah, he hasn't changed. He hasn't changed a bit. I think I'm really excited to be able to kind of get year 2 with him. Obviously develop even more chemistry than we had last year. He got banged up a little bit, but he's explosive. He's everything that you've seen this entire career. I think having this second year in this offseason in this offense as well is going to be good, and he's just getting more and more comfortable, and that entire running back room has done a really good job, thus far.
All right, not to turn this interview in the few minutes I have left with you, Tyler Shough, into a fantasy football question that would help me personally, but I'm about to do that, Tyler. I'm in a league called Best Ball. I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but you draft a team, and that is your team the entire year. There's no transactions, there's no trades, there's no waiver wire. That's it. So if somebody's not available, you're kind of screwed over, basically. Yeah. Okay. And so it's a full point PPR. Every catch means a point. And I am currently, as you and I are talking, on live television and radio, I am on the clock. All right.
Wow.
So take your time. It's 8 hours a pick. Trust me, it's nuts. Okay.
Okay. 14 I was like, teams. How much time do you have?
I know. Well, we just have a few minutes left with you anyway here. Here are my 4 choices for wide receiver. Nico Collins of the Texans, George Pickens of the Cowboys, Drake London of the Falcons, and Chris Olave. I think you know which team he plays for. Who should I choose, Tyler? Who should I choose?
I don't even know if I'm allowed to answer this, but I think you can just look at me in the eyes and see where I'm sitting and understand my answer. What would that be?
So how confident should I be in choosing Chris Olave? How about that for a question to you right here? Right, he's been paid. Deion Sanders once told me that player is better with light pockets, not heavy pockets.
Right.
But walk me through him, his readiness, your connection with him, Tyler. Make me choose him is basically what I'm saying right now.
Chris Olave is a guy that he's came here and he's went through his own journey of adversity. He's been through his own journey of doubters and has some success. And he's more motivated than he's ever been in his career, and he's having more fun than he's ever had. And what a guy to be able to come in and just hit a really good stride with. And we still haven't really done anything yet. And I think he's going to continue to climb. And I love his mindset. I think he's one of the most talented players in the league, regardless of his position and his change of direction, his speed, his hands. It's really unique. So I think you'd be a fool, anybody, to not have the ultimate confidence in him, regardless of your situation.
Okay. All right. Now, I know you wouldn't call me a fool like that, but here's the fool thing in me. I'm a Michigan Wolverine. Do I really take a Buckeye? Do I really do that?
You got to make the informed decision, and sometimes you have to break bread with the enemies in order to better yourself. And I think that's a good play. Obviously, he came to Ohio State and he was a 3-star guy. He wasn't a 5-star. He's had to kind of get it out the mud a little bit, and obviously he got drafted in the first round and made the most of his opportunities. So I think you got to get him.
Okay, thank you for that. Last one for you. You're from Arizona, correct, Tyler? Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so you played college football in Oregon, Texas Tech, Louisville, correct? That's where you've been around. So how are you handling the cuisine there in New Orleans? Is there stuff that has been put in front of you in a menu? You're like, no chance, man, not a chance. Has that happened?
No, I mean, there's been some turtle soup and gator bites that at first when you first get here, you're like, I don't know, but it is, boy, is it amazing. It's probably been my favorite spot that I've ever been, and I got to watch what I'm eating, especially during the season. You can't go out too much, and
sure,
because a lot it'll make you fat for sure.
Well, I mean, but hey, you play your cards right, you'll be like Brees, man, where he can get a reservation no matter what, anytime. Like he needs a table for 12 last second. They're like, come on, we'll shut the restaurant for you. You know what I mean? Like
that's been the best part. We have O-line dinners every single week. Ooh. We're going out to new spots. But we're definitely we have a lot of fun here when it comes to trying new restaurants, and you can't get a better spot than New Orleans.
Tyler, thanks for the time, man. What a pleasure chatting with you back before your draft, and now here again. Let's keep this train rolling.
Why not? We'll keep recapping it. I appreciate the opportunity.
You bet. Last one for you. You're starting on the road, by the way. My goodness, at Detroit, at Baltimore, but then you're home week 3. And so what is this going to be like for you? You've never had a week 1 start, so obviously that'll be big, but it won't be in the Superdome. You're going to be starting a season opener at home. What's that going to be like for you, Tyler Shough, week 3? Raiders there, you ready with a fleur-de-lis on the side of your helmet?
I think it's special just because being in the Dome at any point is awesome, and I've obviously got to play last year and see the environment, but I think more than anything, I want the fans to feel our style of play, and I want them to feel our own passion this year, and understand that we're doing everything that we can to continue to build regardless of who we're playing. But we're also really excited for that matchup week 1, playing against a great Detroit Lions team in their home. So we got a really good schedule lined up, and I think we're doing everything that we can right now to go attack it.
Okay, Tyler Shough, I appreciate the time. I think I've got to draft him now with him on the screen, Chris. I know we've gone ahead and asked a poll question.
We did. We threw out a poll.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you convinced me. I'm going to draft him right now. And
I think you guys know the deal, man. You guys are well informed, and
yeah. I'm no fool. I'm not a fool. Is basically what I'm telling you. Draft.
You're not a fool. You're done. You're smart.
Okay.
Woo, did it.
All right. This is important for me now, Tyler. I'm now officially more interested, if you will. I'm a professional. You know, I'm always interested.
Mm-hmm.
This is now you've plussed me up. Okay.
Let's go.
Best of luck to you.
Appreciate you, Rich.
You got it. That's Tyler Shough, everybody. In his second year, first full year as a starter there in New Orleans. Delight. That was great. Yeah, turtle soup. That's not happening for me. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single weekday on Disney Plus, the ESPN app, and ESPN Radio. And be sure to now check out richeisenshop.com to see all of our latest apparel and accessories so you can rep your love of the show every day.